Good evening, everybody. We're back, and significantly later than normal. It's not my fault. It's never my fault. But, yeah. We're here. That's the main thing. Hope everybody's having a nice evening. Um, as I said last night, I'd meant to play this character last night, and then I didn't. So, surprise! And as you'll notice, she looks a little teeny bit different. And that's because I ended up playing her last night, just not on stream. And turns out, playing a ganky witch elf during keep sieges is quite profitable. So, yeah, she's now level 20 instead of 16. And we're now rank 23 instead of 18. So, yeah, fun times. I don't actually know what's happening at the minute. Calador, Talabecland. I like Talabecland. Let's go to Talabecland. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Ah, the game crashed anyway. Useful. That's its secret way of telling me you shouldn't have done that. You were in the inevitable city for a reason. Very nearly logged me in there as my chopper for some reason. Dare I go back to the inevitable city? Let's try it. Will it work? Ah! Crossing my toes did work. Excellent. So yes, I wanted to have a look in the auction house. Because again, shockingly, doing quests in Tier 4 gives you lots of money. So I wanted to see what there is to buy. And one of the things that I'm thinking about are these bad boys. Now, I'm not interested in that or that. I'm interested in something like that. Interesting. Do. There are blue versions. Interesting. Dun, dun, dun. Armor. Would armor be good for a witch elf? Maybe. Let's go for rugged. Yeah, I'll leave it for now. I wanted to see, though. I'm noticing a lot of witch elves as well. Maybe that's just because I'm playing a witch elf and I'm therefore looking for witch elves. I don't know. Ooh, fancy. I need to get back on my blackguard at some point. He's been languishing for a while now. And yet it's still one of my higher level characters. Let's see if we can make it this time without it crashing. And impressively we did. What's that? Oh yes, this was the thing I was supposed to do earlier. So, I unlocked another strike from the shadows doodah. And it's the one that causes people to take damage if they move after you attack them. But, what also gives you is half price action cost for 10 seconds. Which is amazing. Although, now that I read it, the other one does that as well, so... Shows you I've been paying attention. Right. I can never remember which one of these guys gives you stuff for the field. But yeah, I quite like the Witch Elf, just for solo play, because she's a solo design character. Like, yesterday, when I jumped on, there was RVR going on in... oh god, what's it called? Ostland. And... like, it was Zerg versus Zerg. So I was just roaming around looking for any solo people who were just finding themselves out on their own. And there was one guy who decided it was going to be a good idea to go into the keep and go AFK right beside the postern door. So there's little old me, stealths in, and there's this Slayer standing there, back to the door, not moving. And I waited, and I waited. Still nothing, so I stabbed him to death and got a ton of XP and renown. I'm not even sorry. But it was a lot of fun. Ganked a witch hunter who was trying to gank a squig herder, which was fun. I can't remember. There was somebody else. I think it was a bright wizard. And trying to I think he was trying to like capture a point by standing on a rock. What's that? Oh crikey. I'm kind of screwed here because I've been caught out of stealth in the field. Haha, no weapon for you. I really should pay attention to what I'm doing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so there was a bright wizard and he was standing on a rock trying to cap a BO without actually being in it. So I had to try and figure out a way to work around to him, which was quite fun. And then I did some scenarios. Scenarios were popping like mad. So I might end up doing that tonight, depending on how all of this goes. But scenarios were good fun. I haven't done scenarios since I've been back in the game, but yeah, really enjoyed it. Order everywhere. Not a drop to drink. Interesting. That's a lot of destruction, in fairness. A lot of destruction. In I go. I'm amazed none of them seen me. One seen me. He seen me. I'm amazed I haven't come out of stealth. I'm going to come out of stealth very soon because I'm about to run out of action points. If I find someone up here, I'm screwed. But I didn't, so out of stealth I come. I wonder, is there any groups here I can join? There's one. Huzzah! These guys seem to be posturing defense. Still bugs me that you can't come out of stealth, but sure. Yeah, does seem to be. Like, even last night I was surprised at how many people were still online, because I was on quite late. Ah, where's my mouse gone? What a nice fellow. I actually watched that, I've forgotten his name now. Lazy Peon? The something Peon. I watched his video today, actually, and a very interesting thing caught my eye. He was out in the Dark Elf ORVR zone with a certain Mr. Wing Kong. Internet famous, that fella. Not only that, he was there doing exactly what I had taught him so well to do. Stealing renown by capturing points in Tier 1. Brought a tear to the eye. I was kind of hoping when he said ink that it meant that they were coming right behind him. Come on. Give me somebody. I'm going to come out of stealth here in a second, and then they're going to come in. No? Okay. Oh. Kind of feels like we're being led away. Just saying. To be honest, I've never heard of him. That's the first video of his I've watched. But I'm guessing he's got some sort of appeal if he's able to drive as many people to the game as there seems to have been. Well, that's what sells, unfortunately. Well, look who I've just seen carrying supplies. How's it going, poor chap? You're E-famous now. Well, this is going well. I think this is the first Keep Lord I've seen so far that hasn't been under control. Yeah, to be honest, like the devs seem to be pretty active with it. Although I suppose it's helpful that you don't have red tape and licensing agreements and everything else to put up with. I love how the sound effects have all cut out because there's so many people here, and it just sounds like somebody sitting at dinner tinkling their cutlery together. It's the thing I love about it. It's like you get little moments like this where it's just like the audio cuts out and it sounds like something weird. But one of my favourite ones from, I think it was it Monday there was a Keep Siege? The engineers threw down, obviously, napalm, so the ground's all on fire, and then the Archmage casts a cloud with pouring rain. And you're like, is the Archmage trying to put the fire out to save you? As he be dead. Now, our order hiding in here again. It would be quite funny if they were, but I don't think they are. They'll be trying some sort of dirty trick. I just heard someone die. Where's our warband gone? Over here somewhere. Oh. Sorry. Twitch chat was going, oh, you need to allow her to deny this. It's like, okay. This is not a place I want to be. Over here is a place I want to be. Over there is not. Ah, flip. Is this my warband? Oh no, my warband's all the way back here. Oops. Probably should keep track of where these guys are. Otherwise they will get mad-did. Oh, over here. Ah, we've still got some here in Talabecland. Like, it's not as many as there were, but it's enough of them. I'd say it's about a warband or two. Rip Magus. Now where are we going? Round and over. Or at least half of us are. Where's this guy? He's there. Oh, they're hiding in here again. Ah. All I could see was red and death. Oh. God, the automod thing's hitting you tonight, pair. It's very weird when it decides is and isn't allowed. Ah, thank you. Oops. I didn't mean to do that in all caps. That was the other thing randomly happened to me earlier. I logged in at lunchtime, and as I logged in, there was a keep siege going on in, I want to say it was Badlands? It was one of the dwarf and greenskin zones. And as it finished, I was heading back to the work camp, and a random person, I didn't even catch their name, open to trade with me and give me Devastator thigh bands. It's like, I I can't explain it, but people just keep giving me stuff. And it's really nice. I don't know, Matt. It feels like it. But, again, like, the character's not even named after the stream. And I haven't really streamed much in the Witch Elf, so I don't know why. Uh, it's so weird. It's nice, but it's weird. Just made me go and buy the rest of it. And I've still got 187 of the crests left. Can't even wear it for like another, what is it, 29, so another 9 levels. Yeah. That's the thing, it's a really nice community. Ooh, we locked the zone. Oh, they're regretting their life decisions. I somehow don't think I'm winning with a roll of 139. Calidor. Calidor. Wrath's Resolve. Oh, it's this one. That's handy. Wait. Why has he got a Marauder helmet for Chosen? Oh, crikey. No, I don't want to do that. I want to inspect. Ah, he doesn't let me. Swine. Is there anything more embarrassing than trying to inspect someone and you open a trade window? Stealth ninja. He's the stealthiest kind of ninja. Hello, what do we have here? And now you're silenced. And now you've lost all your wounds. And now you're getting killed. Haha. Seven, 6, 5, 4. Ow. Maybe don't go in that way. And stealth. run. Ah! And silence, and try to kill them. That's so mean. They knocked me all the way out of the keep. Raf is going to try and revive me. I can sense it. Didn't I tell you? Ha ha! Thank you, kind disciple of Cain, who's correctly using a chalice, not like me, running around with two swords. You have helped me defend Utani's honor. I probably shouldn't have jumped out there, just thinking, because like the rest of the team are all still inside. I'll kill this guy as recompense. They will see it as a good deed. I'm just a simple melee DPS. I don't know any better. I just see things and want to stab them. He's moving, stay close. Where is he moving? I've run past him. I was too close. Ah, very nice. Are you out in the lakes tonight? What you should do is you should get yourself to the keeps when they're under attack and just start healing people, because you'll make a ton of renown and crests. Because that's what I've been doing with my zealot, and my zealot's renown rank just flies. And he's got hundreds of crests. Let's go and get us a healer. Okay, let's get pulled out of stealth instead. Ow. Oh! Ah yes, so you did. Happy days. Hey, renown rank 24. Quick, come and res me. There you go. Where's leader dude? There he is. So yeah, the surprising thing about it was this character went from 0 to just about, I think, second tier influence here last night. Hey, I died because I put myself in harm's way. Because I'm always going after the enemy healer. Not like all you crazy people standing at the back fighting tanks. Or pretending to do things by quote unquote healing people. I'm onto your games. I know what you do. Have you seen my fancy dagger? Look at that. Fwah. I shall cheer at Wincon, for he is by my side. Let's inspect him. Oh, very nice. Now you see, you'll be getting a lot of approval coming from Pear because you're playing your class correctly. Oh, crikey. I was too busy not paying attention and he moved again. Like, he even said it in chat, in fairness. Moving, stay close. I can't even use the excuse anymore that my mount is slow. Ooh, I thought I'd fallen off. So Selim Dungeons. That's the Nurgle sewer, right? Under Inevitable City. Or am I misremembering? Oh. I don't know, because I keep seeing it coming up in chat, and I keep thinking to myself, which one is Seselm? I remember the name, I can't remember anything about it. No casting for you! No moving for you either, because it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. Slow down, don't run. Oh, have we wiped? Oh crap, we wiped. I was having fun with that healer. Yes, that's right. It was a big great unclean one, wasn't it? Or something like that, anyway. Um, I actually did that. Um, Come on, bring him this way. Gotcha. Haha, he's disarmed. And he's disarmed again. Oh, I should have let him go. I got greedy. I just wanted all the renown.
Yes.
Heelsies.
Perhaps we can aid each other.
God, I wish I'd picked that quest up before I started. Oh well. What was I saying? Oh yes, I did the PQ I'd been talking about with the big great unclean one last night. I was logged in on my chosen and did it. It's up at the very top of Troll Country. Because I think I remember saying, I think it was in the Blackguard stream the other week. Oh, they wouldn't do a great unclean one as a champion. He was a champion. I chuckled at that. But it was a fun encounter. And like the Chosen's just beastly. He was just taking it all in the stride. He was just whacking stuff. Like if he had the same AoE as the Blackguard, he'd be like the best tank ever. Like he's still probably the best tank, but like he would be monstrous with the Blackguard's AoE. Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's really surprising. Like I was doing, there was a public quest outside. I think it's Talabeclan's RVR place, and like the mobs were all purple, as in very difficult, and he was still just working his way through them. And you're silenced. And now you've lost a lot of your wounds. And now you've got a lot of debuffs. And now I'm going to hit you a lot. And stab. And stab. And I'm dead. How do I always find myself in the middle of order? I really need to start paying more attention. I love how he's laughing at me. Like, why? You're like level 40 in what looks like Warlord or Sovereign gear, and I'm level 20. Hello. You're silenced. I'm dead. Yeah, I know. But to be fair, this is my normal position, so I find it quite comfortable. Allows me to sort of survey the scene, as it were. Thank you. To be honest, this is what this class is going to be like. Probably until I get to a decent renown rank level and level 40. Um, because she's going to need all of the stabbiness that she can get. Uh-oh. I'll jump into water, that'll cure me. Someone kept me alive there. I'm going to say it was probably Pear. Usually is. I can tell if at any point I'm sitting going, I'm living longer than I should. I know you're probably nearby. Not like that Wing Kong fella who only heals his own group, doing his job and all that. Aha! One stab was all it took. The fact that there was about 40 other people hitting him played no part. Ah, rocks. My ancient enemy. Ah, he's got the same surfboard my Magus had. What the? I, of course, find the only part of that stream that's deep. I'm not even surprised anymore. Hmm. Oh, he's over here. There's the one I want. Come on. Range DPS, Witch Elf! Huzzah! I killed an Archmage with a throwing dagger. I don't play the class the proper way, but I get results. Oh, I love it. So that's range DPS chosen and Witch Elf now. What a time to be alive. There, that'll make it easier. Watch as he now sticks me on a rock. Alright. Let's see. Which one's Vanquisher? I don't think Vanquisher was in the original game. Is it like Renown rank 50-ish? No, 50 was always Conqueror, wasn't it? Ah, okay. That's the thing, I get so confused with some of the new names because I'm sitting going, where does this fit in the tree? It used to be so easy, just Annihilator, Conqueror, Invader, Warlord, Sovereign. I can't be expected to learn new names. He died. I remember on my Magus being so excited to get Invader gear, and then I put it on and I realised it was just a reskin of Annihilator. I was so annoyed. And then I think it was at the point I started getting all the Warlord stuff, they reskinned it so that Invader looked different. And I can't remember what I think it ended up looking like the city guards. And I was just like, I had to put up with that dodgy looking gear for so long, and now you're making it better looking. Oh, are we going somewhere? Did he say? Prague. Prague. Hi ho, hi ho. Off to Prague we go. Quests for me. Renown for free. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho.
Aid me, aid the Empire. Now get on with it. Your
Destiny awaits. My destiny of probably dying an inglorious death.
help me with this.
Oh, too many quests. Well, that's annoying. Oh well. While we wait. I can now go and get the quests.
What blessed days of war.
What a time to be alive. Oh, now they've all left without me. Gits. Absolute gits. What can I get here? Oh, more daggers. Like, it's nice and all. It's not better than the Obliterator one, but sure. The Wa in Prague falls mainly on the slab? I don't know. I was trying to think of something witty. Why have we come to Prague? Because it's nice. I mean, he has a point. It is nice. That's why I like to come to Prague. Like, every street is a kill box, but it's nice. Yeah. I love the smell of burning buildings in the morning, even though it's late evening. To be honest, I don't think there's one Empire versus Chaos Zone that I don't like the look of. I certainly can't think of one anyway. and the later elf zones are all pretty good. Realistically, I'm just not a huge fan of the dwarf versus greenskin ones because some of them are so annoying. Like earlier today, I was in, oh god, what's it called? The one before the fort, is it the Badlands? It's got the underground keep, and I forgot that it was an underground keep, so I went all the way around the world thinking I was making my way to the keep, and then realised, oh no wait, it's under the mountain. Black Crag, that's the one. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Bagged me a level 40 Witch Hunter though, so I'm not going to turn my nose up at that. He must have been really bad if I beat him. Because I got the drop on him out of stealth, and then he stealthed, and then he got me out of stealth, and then I still killed him. And I think it's because I just kept disarming him. I just can't stand the dwarf versus greenskin zones. All the up and down and bridges and... ugh, it's just horrible. No likey. Where's Wing Kong? There he is. I'm going to jump on him. Aha! I don't know. I think the only dwarf versus greenskin zone that I don't mind is tier 1. The later ones, I just find... I don't know whether it's just a case of because I've never really played in them. I just don't like them at all. Because I remade my chop of the day because I decided to change how he looked. And I ran him through, I think it was the first couple of quests, and then I flew him down to the zone. And I was just like, ugh. All I wanted to do was like fly to Nordland for the familiar. Oh good, now I'm stuck in stealth. Can I click this and get out of it? No. This? No. Reapply my kiss? No. So annoying. It's the one thing I hate about this class, is if you go into stealth, and the person you've gone into stealth to kill is killed, and you haven't hit them, you're screwed because you're now stuck like that for like 20 seconds. Yeah, but you have to wait for the timer. It goes on to a 30-second cooldown once you go into stealth. So you stealth, the person dies, and then you're stuck in stealth. And then 30 seconds passes, brings you out of stealth, and then you have to wait another 30 seconds before you can get back in again. Yeah, it's just mental. Like it used to be, because it's a buff up here, you could right click on it and it would go away, but you can't do that anymore. And because it goes on to timer, you can't click it down here anymore. And then none of your abilities bring you out of stealth, but none of the things like mounting up or, you know, interacting with a battlefield objective or something like that will bring you out of stealth either. It'll just say you can't do this while you're in stealth. So you're kind of you're kind of screwed because you're now just having to either sit and wait for an orderling to appear to attack them, find an NPC nearby who you can attack, or wait for your timer to end. It's just really annoying. Now, I think the witch hunters, they can click their version of this, which is like allows you your moves, even if you're using them in front of them, to be as if they're behind them. But for them, that takes them out of stealth, but it doesn't for witch elves. But even then, like, do you really want to use something that's on a minute long cooldown just to get you out of stealth? I could play another class, and most of the time I do play another class. But I have always had a fondness for stealth classes. Um, and I think the only time I've ever played a stealth class as a main was my Sith Assassin in SWTOR. And that's because you got to choose whether you're going to be a Sork or an Assassin at like level 10, I think it was. And everybody I was supposed to be playing that game with didn't get it. So I suddenly found myself on my own. So the plan to play a Sork went out the window. Ah, nice. I had an agent as an alt when I went back a couple of years ago to play it. The agent's storyline's fantastic. It was really, really good. Like the Inquisitor's storyline's good as well. And I liked the Bounty Hunters one. I wasn't a huge fan of the Sith Warriors, but it was good. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. And I haven't really played any of the Republic classes to any sort of level, so can't really comment on theirs. From the bits that I have played, they've been alright, but I think the Empire ones had the better storylines. Yeah. It's quite funny how they treat it differently for a female agent to a male agent. Like the decisions that are made, she almost reacts to them in a completely different way. Yeah, I thought that was really good that he had different accents for his different covers. Because the very clipped, precise British sounding voice was the voice of the Empire. So he wanted to fit in. I'd love to have seen more done with Imperial intelligence in that game, but unfortunately, um, once they started getting into all of the expansions and stuff, it wasn't really a thing anymore. Where'd he go? Oh, over here. Yeah, it was very much a case of we don't like anything that you're suggesting or doing, but we're putting up with it because you can kill us with your mind. But we're going to make contingencies in case we need to do something. Which in and of itself is very Sith-like, which is the funny part of it. That's maybe not the place I want to be, in fairness. I'm gonna hang out back here and see if I can not die. Disarmed. Aha! Yeah. It's it's just like the whole dynamic of it is so funny. And then they're constantly terrified that they're listening in on them, so they're like, don't be saying things like that here. Although I think there's one of them, is it like he slaps like a Sith Lord or something, and it's kind of like, you can't do that to me, I'm a Sith.
There you are.
friend of mine was actually sending me the link to the Star Wars Galaxies fan server. I was like, oh, since you're playing Return of Reckoning, have you seen this? And I was like, I'm fairly sure I played it not long after Star Wars Galaxy shut down, and I got stuck in a room because the mission that I was wanting to do wasn't in the build, but the mechanics for it were. And so you couldn't leave because the starfighter bit wasn't there, but then you couldn't exit the building because the door was locked because you were supposed to go on the starfighter mission, and you couldn't get out of the room because there was nobody there to sort of quote unquote unstick you from it. So you kind of just got stuck in no man's land. It was so random. Yes, that's the. I think that's the warrior, the Darth Barris. It's kind of like, oh, say hello to the Emperor for me. Although the best one in that whole line is when he's torturing the guy and he can't get out of it. It's like, I sense you're getting frustrated, Master. And he's like, do you? Do you sense that? I always loved some of those little moments. They're just hilarious. Range DPS, Witch Elf. Oh, look at all the squidgy healers. That's the one. I forget what it is. Like, it's the whole quest line that forces you off into the Dark Temple, and it's because he's after. He's after. I can't even remember what the device is called, but it's like some sort of thing that's going to help him dominate the guy's mind, and you're like, we're getting into the really hokey stuff now, but it's so much fun. That's right. That's in the. Oh god, what was it called? Was it in the like the Zerka headquarters or something, or whatever the big? I can't remember what the big corporation was, but it was like he was like some sort of high tech suit that they had made. But it's always funny in those situations because it bigs you up for this giant fight, and then it's like he's just like a regular mob who you can kill quite easily. How could you do it? You must be so powerful. Well, I face rolled my keyboard a bit, but I managed to do it. Oh, it's lagging a bit. Let's try the old heave-ho. Dee doo doo diddly dee boo. I nearly timed that perfectly. Yeah. It's a strange thing, like the original game was so, I don't want to say difficult because that's like the wrong word for it, but it was trickier because I think they had it quite heavily dialed up to slow everybody down from leveling. And I remember going back to it, like I quit playing it, I think it was about 2014 maybe, 2013. And I went back to it about a year later and they changed the companions and it was so much easier. Like the new companions were almost overpowered. You know, you might as well just had, you know, your own pocket healer who was practically impervious to damage. Range DPS witch elf in action again. Oh, I want a work rest. Go me, what am I up to now? 199. Poor bright wizard. Well, that was the thing. I remember with the what do you call it? The Sith Inquisitor. Fighting Cam Val for the first time was insanely difficult. And any time I've done it since, it's like the easiest thing in the world. Like I remember the first time I had potions, I had what was it? I had health potions, I had like a buff potion. I think it took me like a couple of attempts. To be honest, to this day, like I've played SWTOR probably on and off for about 4 or 5 years. I've never done an operation. And the flashpoints, I've run some of the later ones solo on my assassin. And the only ones that I've ever done as part of a group have been the sort of lower to middle ones, because I've never actually played it with a group of people. I've never actually known anybody to play it at the same time I played it. I've known people who have played it, but they've either never played it on the same server or at the same time that I have. So I've always played it nearly 100% solo mode. And like it's the one thing with it. It's a game that sort of rewards you for being solo because it's so solo orientated, especially in the class stories. But yeah, I've never done it with like a proper group. Yeah, and that's probably its biggest strength, and probably also its biggest weakness is it's basically just a solo game. Like you can go, you can go all the way through the game and do it end to end, and never group with another person, and you'll still get to see everything, other than obviously the operations. And like that's great because somebody who's in my position who's never actually played it with a group of people means that you can actually play it and get to see the stuff. But if you're like a wider guild or whatever, you're not really gonna pull in the people that you would in the likes of a World of Warcraft, where if you're not in a guild, you basically don't get to play most of the game. It was the nice thing about this game actually that it kind of rode that line between group play and solo play quite well. Like you could do well enough solo because it was all PvP focused, but if you got into a group, you did it so much better. And it kind of rode that line perfectly in between the two. Because like war never threw anything at you that was particularly complex in terms of a problem. Like if you had a really defensive or regenerative character, you could go and do a PQ on your own, or you could go and do um, PvP or a keep or that kind of thing. Like there was never anything there as like a gateway to sort of say you can't do this. So it was always good from that perspective. Oh, we've got orders somewhere around here. Probably behind one of the walls. Well, there's nothing on tab targeting. Probably a witch hunter. Yeah. Well, I think that was the thing. I think they were trying to do. BioWare does the single player side, Mythic does the PvP side, and it just never really worked out. Like, there was a lot of stuff from this game carried over into it. Like, you had your PvP rank and you had your class rank, which was very Mythic. But that was about it. Like, there was no real PvP area outside of the Tatooine one, and there was somewhere else, and I can't think where. But there was a couple of places like that, And that was really it. Like, there wasn't anything else. Like, the first sort of few months of it, there was a lot of open world PvP, especially on a PvP server, because you would always just bump into people. But for the most part, it was just scenarios. And while scenarios are fun, I hated. Oh god, what was it called? Hutball. I hated it with a passion. Absolutely hated it. I had nightmares of hearing rotworms have scored and don't kick the hutball. It just put me in something where I can kill people. That's all I want to do. I just want to fight other people in the other team. The more random mechanics you add into a scenario, the less fun it becomes. Because it's harder and harder then for pug groups to do anything. Range DPS Witch Elf. Yes. I can't think of its name, but I know the one that you mean. You come in the start on speeders. Like, I know that was supposed to make it feel all authentic and Star Warsy and stuff. Every single time that used to happen, I was just like, I hate being on this speeder. I feel like an idiot. And there was another one as well where you were on like I think you were on a cruiser or something like that, and you you basically had to take it in terms of getting to somewhere. It was like a control room or something to plant a bomb. You had to blow up doors. I swear to God, every time I would do that one, I would have a pug group, and the other team would be a pre-made. I don't think I've ever played it where I haven't been against a pre-made. Only that one. Like, it's crazy. Like, it was a real throwback to Return to Castle Wolfenstein, where you had to be the attack team and the defend team, and one team had to plant, like, explosives on things. And as an idea, it was a good idea. I just don't like it as a scenario because for a scenario for me, I just want to have either capture the flag, control point, or kill everybody. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like that one especially really played to if you were a pre-made, you were going to do really well because it required a lot of sort of team thinking and planning. And if you were in a pug and the other side was a pre-made, you were going to have a terrible, terrible time. Like, that's not to say that in any scenario it's not going to be that way, because let's face it, a pre-mate's always going to beat a pug unless they're not very good. But that one specifically, you just didn't have a chance. You were just spawn camped the entire time. And it was the same problem as Tier 4 in this game, in that it was just full of stuff of removing control from your character. You'd come out of that spawn gate, and it would be stun, silence, knockdown, dead. I was going to say, I thought this was the only one I hadn't scouted yet. Yeah, it's it's one of those things, because it it was a time when it seemed like every game was an MMO, because Blizzard was making money hand over fist with Warcraft. So everybody wanted a slice of the pie. And what they didn't realize was Blizzard was very good at giving you something very polished. Like, it was very, very much like Apple. Like, it doesn't have all of the things that you want, but the things that it does is very, very shiny. And exactly what you want to do with it, without any fuss. Which sells, because the average person doesn't want something that's difficult to master. They want something that's quite straightforward and gives them that instant gratification. And this game tried to meld that with the concept of, like, PvP, which is generally quite a niche thing, because it's usually got like a negative attached to it. Oh boy, I kind of overextended there. Okay. Um, but, like, you think, like, this came out, what was it? The um, Conan one came out, Aeon, and there was another one as well. I can't for the life of me remember. There was another MMO around about the same time as this one. And they were all competing for the same market, which was people who were bored with World of Warcraft and were wanting something different until Wrath of the Lich King came out. And everybody was trying to be quote unquote first. And in doing so, they basically give Blizzard all that they needed, which was, yeah, we're going to take some time, we're going to polish Wrath of the Lich King even more so that nobody wants to stay with you guys. And then Mythic got scared and were like, no, everybody's starting to leave, let's double down on PvE. Look, here's Lost Veil, and it's really buggy. At which point all the PvP players were like, why is PvE the best thing in this game? Why do forts not work? Where's our cities? It's just crazy. But that's the thing. Nowadays, there's not that many MMOs because MMOs cost a lot of money. And nobody wants to spend money on something that's going to fail. So unless you can monetize the crap out of it with microtransactions, nobody's going to take the time. It's all about mobile games now. Knock them out in 5 minutes and make a fortune. Where on earth is this guy? I've got completely turned around. Oh, he's over here. Yeah, WoW was really good at that. Like, if you get stuck in WoW, it was because you were doing something really, really stupid. Like you were in a mountain range on the edge of a map that there was no content within a mile of, and you happened to get stuck on two pieces of geometry that weren't quite perfectly aligned. Like even the fact in like, whoa, you could go to Stranglethorn Vale, swim out into the middle of the sea, and there would be creatures and seaweed and like general stuff to see. Like they had thought about it. Um, Whereas in most games, you'd try to do something like that, and there's nothing there. It's just like texture copied and pasted over and over and over again. That's the thing. Like, War, for all of its failings, it has the right combination of feelings to make it quirky and fun. And I think its biggest selling point is it's faithful to the lore. And what drags a lot of people into Warhammer things is the lore. So the fact that the art design and the quest structure, the look of the armor, like the way the characters interact with one another is so authentic. It keeps people engaged when otherwise they'd probably just quit. Oh yeah, 100%. Like I even remember when they were doing like the office tours for all the videos for this stuff, and like around everybody's desk was like painted miniatures and display cabinets and all that kind of stuff. Like it was guys who loved the game. I think the downside of it was EA pressured them to get it out early, and then when things started going wrong, EA just started to limit their budget and cut corners. Like Mythic made the mistake with like the underlying infrastructure for it and relying on Goa for the EU market, but they didn't really have a choice in that matter because they weren't really big enough to do anything else, and they were probably having to pay Games Workshop a small fortune for the license. But they were so terrified about Wrath of the Lich King, they didn't seem to think that if they came out after it, that it would ever do anything. And I think, judging on the way Wrath of the Lich King went, if they came out 6 months after it, they'd probably been quite fine. They would have probably done quite well because, let's face it, Blizzard wouldn't have had a follow up that quick. The problem was getting out ahead of it because then it just gave Blizzard the opportunity to go, okay, we're going to see all the missteps you're making and then fix them so that we can go, aha, look how good we are. But like I remember, I think it was pushed back. I want to say it was a month. There was a delay quite close to when they were planning on launching it, and it wasn't a huge delay. It was like a quite short one, and everyone was baying for blood. Like I would imagine if they'd come out and said that they were holding it back 6 months or a year, like the forums would have went into meltdown because the hype for this game was off the chart. That's what I get for trying to be lazy. Getting stuck in the environment. To be honest, he was such a good spokesman for it. Like, he had the right amount of craziness for the Warhammer world, and you could tell that he loved it, and I think he loved doing what he was doing, and like, I think he was the one sold so many people on it because he was excited for it, and like it wasn't fake excitement. It wasn't like that you get with a lot of sort of corporate stuff these days where they're like they're trying to do that fake hype. Like he was excited because I think he was genuinely excited to play the game. And like that's the thing. Like it was infectious, and I think that's how the hype built so well out of it. Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, I remember when he. I can't remember if he left or. I think there was like a restructuring. They brought in. Oh, God, what was her name? Carrie Goose Goose. I think she used to be part of GameSpy or something like that. And like, she was trying to emulate so badly what he did and just couldn't do it. And Jeff Hickman, he was like the lead developer, head of development or something like that. He had gone over to SWTOR at that stage, and he didn't even have the same. What's the way that he didn't have the same showmanship that he had when he was working with Paul, and like it was crazy just how much he got out of people um, doing those videos. Yeah, that's probably the closest that you could probably get to it would be Steve Ballmer. Like I still remember that. I think it was like was it the Windows 95 conference where he was dancing around yelling developers, 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 and dancing, and like Bill Gates didn't know whether to dance and join in or just sort of cringe. Range DPS, which elf? Oh, I got a war crest. But that's the thing, like I can't even remember the last game I got invested into as heavily as like the games from that era. Like I can't think of anything recently. I think the last game that I properly got into was Star Wars: The Old Republic. Because everything else, it's kind of gone into. It's almost like the way like Netflix shows are done now, where it's kind of like everything's like just cookie cutter. It's like we're going to go for the broad strokes of what we know everybody's going to like, and that's all that we're going to do. It's like everybody at the minute likes, oh god, what are they called? Battle Royale type games. We're going to make generic Battle Royale game 4. It's like, there's nothing else to it. It's just like, eh. And yeah, you could be right. It's probably age playing a factor on it. Because like I even find myself now where I remember when I played this game, I used to like we would be up late. You'd be doing like I don't know Lost Veil, and then you go to do scenarios, and people are like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go now because it's late," and you're like, "Ah, it's only 11. Stay on another hour or two. It'll be fine." And they're like, "No, no, I'm not going to bother." And yeah, But like even now, like it's one of those where like I'm sitting there and going, I'd rather just sit in the sofa and watch a video than play a game. It's like it's part of the reason I've got into streaming, because if I'm telling people I'm going to stream at a specific time, it at least forces me to come and play a game. Whereas otherwise, I just sit there and go, yeah, I'll not bother tonight. And then not bother tonight turns into a week, which turns into a month, which turns into a year. Ooh, rank 21. War report to Calidor. I don't have a war report, so I'm going to fly to Calidor. Like, that's the thing, I think we talked about it the other night. Like, I couldn't get up at like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning to do a city siege anymore. That would kill me. I think all my stuff's a lot higher than 21. What did I get? Pounds forwards, leaping out of the shadows towards stabbing them with your dagger. Your target movement will be reduced by 40. Ah, that's pretty cool. I'll move it down there for the next time I'm in stealth. What the? How did they all get down there so quickly? I heard a witch hunter there somewhere. Ah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's nice. It's nice to get that interaction on things, because it was the one thing, obviously, that you always used to get when you played this game originally on the likes of TeamSpeak or Ventrilo was I don't know what happened to him. You would always have that sort of community interaction, because you'd be chatting to people while you'd be playing. And even in World of Warcraft, like, I got involved with guilds towards the end of World of Warcraft, and you were always just sitting on vent chatting. Ah. Wait. I could have done that. Oh well. Next time. I may have stealth a tad early there, but... Ah, have a good one. Hopefully you get a good night's sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow for all the fun double XP shenanigans that's going to be going on. Detaunt, detaunt. Don't die here, don't die here. Free me! I'm not going to be able to get to the walls. Oh, I got to the walls and then died. Oh well. There's not that many order in there, in fairness. think they've all gone up to the top floor. Kind Samaritan will come and save me. Thank you, my friend. I hope you win big on the keep roll. But don't come ahead of me. There's someone who was original with his name, Gazkul X. I wonder who he could pretend to be. More dots. There's a former World of Warcraft player. He's going down pretty quick, in fairness. Stop, stop, stop. Well, he's about to go. Huzzah! Ooh, we're 9 rank 25. Flying. Hope everybody's been enjoying the fun tonight. It's been different, at least, doing all this tier 4 stuff. Just trying to do it on as many different characters as we can. There's going to be a buff to influence renown and XP all over the weekend. And there's going to be something called Twitch drops going on. So apparently that's going to be for every channel that's streaming Return of Reckoning, so it'll be here as well. I don't know how they work or anything like that, but yeah. But if you're new to the channel, feel free to drop a follow and you'll know when I'm online. It's normally about 7 to 9. We're going slightly later tonight because I was later starting. And I'll hopefully be doing some more streams tomorrow and Saturday. But we'll see how the time works out. But yeah, if you don't play the game, you should go and get Return of Reckoning from returnofreckoning.com. It's 100% free. No money investment whatsoever. And if you do play, feel free to come along and join in the fun. Like good old Wing Kong, who is distant. So it's a bad example, but he is here. And he's Porkchop Express in chat. So more the merrier, as is always the case in this game. That's the marketing spillover anyway. Woohoo! Delicious renown. Where'd he go? I've lost him again. He's over here. He hid the other side of a flag. Apparently, I've maxed out tier 4. So I'm going to have a fancy dagger for when I become level 38. Lol. Who'd have thunk it if you zerg out of a keep and they all zerg in after you've left, that they'll take it back? Are we going to attack? Are we going to stand around? We're going to retreat, apparently. Now we're going to charge in. Are we? Yes, we are, apparently. Stop, stop, stop. Silenced. Every time I say the word silenced, all I can think of is National Treasure. The key in silence undetected. And I have no idea why. Oh! I want a lesser loot bag. Go me. Probably all that ranged DPS I was doing as my witch elf. Forever getting stuck. I've got myself a cloak for later. Get the sneaky suspicion I won't be using that dagger, mind you.
I bid you welcome.
Let me see. I'm gonna go for that one. Where are we going? Prague? Prague. Doo-doo. What's this? To be honest, probably not going to be doing that. Well, let's take them anyway, just in cases. Just in cases. Ooh, look at the fun dagger. There's a lot of destruction out in the zones tonight. Which is funny, because last night it was all order. Showing how true it is to say that one night you get zerged, the next night they zerg you. haven't quite managed to do the same amount of influence work in this zone as I have in the elf one, but in fairness, I only started the elf one last night, so I don't think it'll take too long once the numbers start flying. Oh, that poor engineer. He got stomped. Oh. Someone pulled him off. So, it'll be interesting to see if any more order turn up to defend this one than did the one in Calidor. Because it doesn't appear to be. I died. I just got too excited. I seen right. I'm gonna respawn because that's gonna take forever. And what it's going to allow me to do is sneak over here and grab my bag. Wonder what I'm going to get. War crests. War crests. I'm going to get war crests. Because you can never have too many war crests. Back up to the 250s. And I've got all my Devastator stuff, so the next one up after that I think is Annihilator. No, maybe there's one in the 30s. Where's Annihilator 30s? Annihilator might be 30s, just thinking. Scout that. Uh-oh. Ah! Got me. This is the problem when you're up against a melee DPS that is actually level 40. They're going to be able to do things like that to you, where you just can't land a hit. Which is unfortunate. But such is the price to pay for being a Lowby Witch Elf. The only thing that I can take happiness from is he wouldn't have got much in the way of experience, because I still had my wounds debuff. That's a lot of order. And they are, of course, all flying in the same direction I'm going. Which is going to be super awkward. Because if any one of these happen to catch a glimpse of me, I'm a dead man. Because I'm going to be really slow with no AP. Is this a good point to mount up? Hopefully. Please don't be a witch hunter. Ah, it's not. It's Wing Kong. Out scouting for destruction supplies, I see. I'm onto your game, Wing Kong. Oh, order. Lots of order. And my stealth is on cooldown. Run, little dinosaur, run. see if I can sneak in this postern. Do 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 do. There is not a lot of order in here. In fact, I'm not seeing any order in here. Are they all upstairs? Ah! That was the boss. What the? He's going somewhere. Okay. Where are we going? He died. Eventually. That's the thing, even when I played this game originally, I didn't have... excuse me. I didn't have that many add-ons. I used... I forget what it was called. It was like Clean UI or something like that. It basically... It got rid of like the wee portrait and everything and just turned it into like a wee green health and yellow action bar and... I think I had State of the Realm. And I can't think of anything else. Like, I wasn't really a huge add-on user. And yet there was guys I played with, like, they had add-ons for days. Tons of them. I mean, this is one strategy to get out of dying, is just constantly go in and out the postern until someone kills you. We're nearly in. Nearly. Oh. They've all died in a funny way. Have you been out fighting against us tonight, little demons? Ah, you're having our experience from last night. Hopefully you got some decent renown out of it anyway. Ah well. You'll probably be back to dominating tomorrow when all the double renown bonuses kick in. Ah, down he goes. That's my 5th keep, apparently. $21.25 I am now in this character. I think the Magus is still the highest class level at 22. I think this character's tying for a renown level with the Zealot, because I think the Zealot's 25. classic Wing Kong, carrying the supplies. Should have checked actually to see if I got any new tactics. I think I have. But I'm not sure what one. Anytime you attack an enemy from the sides or rear with an action, you will gain 15 action points. I think that's new. That's one I've always had. So I think that one's new. That I've always had. So I think that's the new tactic, I want to say. Oh, I've now got a ton of morale abilities I didn't realize I had. Okay. Some useful ones there. Oh! I've now won a greater loot bag. Go me. 927. Ah! Warband's dissolving. That was fun. He was a good leader. And I'm going to use this opportunity to not go and scout those because the zone is now locked. So I'm going to abandon that. That as well. Because now I can't do them. So yeah, I think that's a good spot to end this evening. We've gone on a bit later than normal, but we started a bit later, so it all evens out in the end. Thank you all very much for coming along tonight. It has been a lot of fun. Thanks for getting involved. And as I've said before, stream this every night, usually 7 to 9. Slightly longer on the weekends, usually. And we're going to have a special event going on at the weekend. So hopefully it'll be even busier than normal. I look forward to seeing you all here again tomorrow. Thanks again. Drop a follow on the channel if you're new. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and have a nice day tomorrow. Night all. Bye.